Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Hope Survival YouTube. Thanks for returning and tuning in, and welcome to any of you who are new to our channel. Hey, I just wanted to stop by and pass a couple things off and point out something that I think that is extremely important at this time that we all should be doing um, to protect ourself and our family as well. Um, I want to start out with a question, and you can tell me what's the right answer. I'll give you a scenario, considering the times we live in this platform. An election was held, and at midnight, candidate A had a large lead. And when we woke up in the morning, candidate A was losing, and candidate B was now the winner due to votes that came in the middle of the night. Would we be talking about a 2020 election in country A, or would we be talking about an election in 2024 in country B, or C, all the above? I don't know if you have been following the election in Venezuela and what happened there. But I do find it interesting that the current administration, the current administration reached out to the Venezuelan government and told them they wanted to see uh, proof of the voting and election results. It's kind of comical. And for anyone that thinks this is new in Venezuela, you can go back 20, 25 years ago to a time when our former president Jimmy Carter went south to Venezuela to be a election day moderator to monitor the voting. At which time, I want to say, I think it was Noriega that was declared the winner, and our former president said that it was one of the fairest voting elections that he had ever witnessed. So, um, anyway, I'll move along. I also don't know if you are tracking. Natural disasters are continuing to destroy our global food crop around the world. This is consecutive years now. Um, China has been hit probably the hardest of all locations due to all the mass flooding that's going on. But this is creating a strain on the global market for available wheat predominantly. Um, and um, as each year passes, there is less and less available uh, crop availability for global purchase. So this continues on and on. I don't know how much time you spend reading and looking at global productions and things of that nature, but back around 2017-ish, 2018, there was a lot of discussion about a global famine in 2028, and I don't know if you have followed a lot of the discussion on World War between the United States and China. It's building up and building up now, but a lot of your military gurus are saying 2027. So, a world war in 2027, a global famine in 2028. The U.S. starts uh, reproducing nuclear warheads in 2029 based on treaties and when they end. So you got war with China in 2027, global famine in 2028, reproduction of more warheads to replace the Minuteman III warheads. And then you got the rollout of Agenda 2030 in 2030. So just some things you can mark in your mind or put on your calendar if you so desire. There has been an increased effort more and more. This has been going on for a while now, but it's becoming more apparent that recent current events and history are being erased from the internet more and more. We talked about this a couple times over the last few years, but more and more we're having factual historical events that are either being rewritten, slanted, or completely deleted from the internet, to the point going forward you're going to have libraries, digital books not available to prove what was history compared to what it's being rewritten to state. This is evidence in a lot of the school systems when we have spent time talking history with our grandchildren in the schools they attend and what they're being taught and not being taught about history. Historical days on the calendar that are holidays and just things of that nature. Okay, and more and more as time goes forward, we have systems that are tracking people. Some people choose to be tracked, if you can believe that, but they're tracking people through your vehicles, through your phones, through credit cards, through ATMs, even mechanisms that are in clothes, in shoes, watches, things of that nature, that they can track you down to basically, I think it's a yard or half yard. What you buy is being tracked, what you consume is being tracked, where you go is being tracked. They want to track what you grow. So as the global food that's available decreases and people are now opting to grow food in their gardens or on their farms, there's more and more effort being put forth from the government as to monitoring and tracking how much food that you have available. Okay, and now it's even animals. In many states in America now, you cannot transport, we'll say, chickens or pigs. You cannot transport them across state lines without registering them from state to state or taking them into your home state. And there's fairly large fines being imposed, not just in America, but in European nations as well. So anyone who has followed history, especially Europe, um, much of what we are seeing happen and being instituted in America right now is a reflection of past history and events that did not turn out well. So you really, we really need to start upping our game as things are disappearing um, from history. We talked a couple years ago about how easy it is to wipe your identity out, down to and including your name. And if something happened to you, your bank account, your properties, can you prove who you are and prove what is yours? Okay, it's kind of like expanding that to proving history. Okay, so a couple things I wanted to. I've talked about this on the web page and also in YouTube videos in the past, but I really wanted to encourage you to up your game and start taking this seriously because it's happening. Okay, so some of the things that I would offer, uh, you can take your pick. Okay, um, one of the things that I use almost daily is I have my own little personal book that I keep a lot of information, passwords, camera information, where they're at, serial numbers, usernames and passwords onto accounts. One, because I'm getting older and it's impossible for me to remember all this stuff. Sheets, things of that nature, I go through and annotate to help me remember. But also, if something happens to me, Miss Lucy can go to the Green Book and find direct information pertaining to usernames, passwords, accounts, and she has her own. And then this is locked up. Okay. Um, as much as you can, um, anything and everything that you use that you have on a computer or device, you need to take steps to get that information off of it. And this is just kind of a starting point. I have a little cookie tin here, and you can see there's 10 to 15 removable storage devices that are in there, and those are more um, it's information from someone else to me. I never introduce those files into my own personal devices. I keep them separate. Okay, primary to protect and not carry in some kind of a virus or something unintentional. Um, Another thing is everything. Well, my primary computer, I don't use any Facebook or anything like that. I strictly do Hope for Survival stuff on that for the web page, YouTube, and so forth. Okay. More so I can control what I'll allow onto that system. But I have 3 separate external drives, storage devices, if you will, that I have that anything and everything that I build, save, emails, PowerPoint document, Word documents, anything, I have it into separate categories, but I have them on backup, locked up, that is separate from my computer. And a good example of why that's important, uh, this past Saturday before last, I guess. Sunday morning, I went to before heading out to church. I came in to get on my computer to watch some online church services before I went to church, and check email, and I noticed that uh, something was wrong with my computer. Um, I couldn't go to Proton Mail because it wouldn't. The internet was connected through the service, but it would not feed the address to Proton. And as each day passed, it got worse and worse to the point where nothing would connect um, to the nothing. I couldn't reach anything that I was trying to reach via the internet. Okay, but I was still connected to the internet. So it impacted my ability with the newsletter and other things. And thankfully, I reached out to an IT person who's way smarter than me, who is in Hope for Survival, and I'm thankful that at 10 p.m. on the following Saturday night, when I was out of state all week, when I got home, I was able to reach out to him, and he zoomed in, um, and was able to locate the problem. And uh, I'm not sure how the problem happened, but it could happen to any of you. And I know some things have happened to some of you that's not explainable, that's been painful for you in your personal life. But somehow I use a security uh, company for my virus protection and all of that. I'm not going to name the company. And somehow, after I went to bed on the Saturday night and before Sunday morning, Norton Antivirus, which I did not even know was on my computer, must have been from years ago when I purchased the computer. I didn't use it, I used another company. Somehow, between midnight and 7 a.m., um, Norton Antivirus activated on my computer. I didn't pay for it. It just started running in the background. Um, and the longer it was running, it started to conflict with the other security software that I had on the computer to the point that it just started locking things down, which is a good thing. It's just I didn't know it was happening, that there were two security softwares running in the background. And fortunately, uh, our um, the IT person that I reached out to found it and was able to fix it. But it caused a lot of delays and headaches for me. Fortunately, I have all my passwords and everything in a secure spot, and I could pull them out. But I had to go in and um, one by one um, reopen the the programs that I use in the background. So I share all this with you from the perspective that uh, things aren't going to get easier; they're going to get harder. And I've repeatedly tried to encourage you to, over the years, be printing out a paper library. There's a video some couple months ago on the paper library. It is really important. It is, if you try to do it at once, it's painful and it's expensive. If you do it over time, your recipes, your how-to things that you don't have books on, um, you really need to be working on setting yourself up to be ready to either stand alone with your family and stand alone with your community, because um, it's not going to take a dramatic event to happen to basically be the event that you say, okay, we're on our end. Things could continue forward without this event, but laws and policies that are being passed and implemented are going to they're going to quickly move you to the point where you're going to want to extract and completely get off the net. All right. And if and when that time comes, you're going to be ready. You're going to have to be ready to have all these things in place to support yourself. And lastly, you can use any kind of memory stick if you desire. We do have the Hope for Survival stick that you can get on our webpage at hopeforsurvival.com. But these sticks are waterproof. It plugs in your USB, and I built them with a personal filing cabinet. So for deeds, titles, pictures, everything personal pertaining to you, serial numbers, that in the event you have to flee your home in the middle of the night for any reason, all your personal information can be stored on one of these or more than one of these that you can keep in a safe, instead of running out of the house having to carry your cat and dog and your 2 kids and all theirs in a cardboard box in your hands with all your paper products to prove who you are. You can have them all digitalized on one of these sticks. Okay. I'm a firm believer in keep it simple. Work smarter, not harder. Okay. So anyway, I'm gonna end this video. I just want to encourage you again to start taking these steps if you haven't already, to be able to remove yourself off of the system, probably sooner than later, at the rate things are going. Okay, you're being pumped full of sunshine, if you haven't figured that out yet. They want you to know what they want you to know, and they are erasing and getting rid of everything else. Okay, so you need to be smart and be ready. Okay, so keep your head on a swivel. We're 40 some days, I believe, 40 some days from the first voting that starts for the election in November. The election is like 98 days out. But the first voting starts in Pennsylvania in, I think, 40 some days, maybe 45, 46 days. So be smart. It could make the difference every day. Crime's up and getting worse. It's expensive to live. Nothing's cheap. You can't trust what you're told. So keep the faith. Be smart. All right. And if you stay ahead of the game, you should be okay. All right. So if you like this video, please hit like, share with others to help them out. We need to help as many people as we can down the road, especially those who are around us. And if you have any comment, please comment below. You can email me at preparedness101@protonmail.com, or you can visit our website at hopeforsurvival.com. And again, don't forget how blessed we are as people, and as always, don't forget to give thanks. Bravo Echo out. Thank you for checking out the Hope for Survival YouTube channel. If you are new to Hope for Survival, you can check out our books at our webpage. Book 1, which is Hope for Survival, Getting You Prepared for Disasters, and Book 2, Hope for Survival, The Mindset, are both available for order on the website. We also offer the Hope for Survival football stick, which is a memory stick set up as a digital filing cabinet with files already loaded on there for you to digitally copy items such as deeds, auto transcript for ownership, wills, living wills, loans, banking information, items that if your home burned down or you had some form of a disaster, you could have all of your important papers already digitally filed on this stick. All you do is simply drag the digital file into the appropriate preset folder so that you'll have it in the event of a disaster. You have to flee your home in a hurry, or also if you're away from home and you need critical information that's personal, if you have your memory stick with you, you can put it in your computer and pull that information up wherever you may be. Again, you can find these items to order at our website, https www.hopeforsurvival.com, or you can email me at preparedness101@protonmail.com, and I will try to help you out. Again, thanks for checking out the Hope for Survival YouTube channel. Hope to see you again.